All right, let's bring in some more experts to take a deeper dive into this. We have NFL media insider and executive director of the Moran Center for Sports Law, Andrew Brandt, as well as board certified neurologist, Dr. Tom Pitts. We thank you both for being here. Dr. Pitts, I want to start with you. You've been on here many times when another concussion or apparent concussion seems to happen. We have this so-called concussion spotter. It's supposed to be, this person's supposed to be watching for us. Why is this not happening? What went wrong? Why did play not stop?
You know, thanks for having me on again, Nichole. And let me tell you something. What we see time and time again is the human error and the cultural problems that supersede a decently written, I'm not going to say perfect, but a decently written protocol. On paper, the algorithm kind of makes sense. But what you see again, like with Tua, right? It was the coaches and the doctors. And then, you know, like you saw Russell Wilson, but in 2017, right, he had a new injury. 2017, like in and out of the concussion tent with no examination, went back in. We see this time and time again. PBS, of course, did the famed League of Denial documentary where we talked about Mike Webster. And you just see this happen time and time again. And it's because we have these people in place, but they don't seem to execute. So I would also go on to say one other thing. There's way too much emphasis on how the player appears or how they respond to exam. You know, DeVante Parker stands up, he lines up. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, he's great, despite his teammate feverishly yelling that there's a problem. And that goes into, we could talk about in a little bit if you want, some of the electrodiagnostic techniques that could be done right at the field side that might even be much better or greatly supplement a clinical exam, which can be damningly deceiving in the early stages of concussion. You can look much better than you actually are.
Absolutely. All right, Andrew, we want to throw it over to you. You know, Dr. Pitts mentioned some of the other incidents, obviously not the first concussion controversy this season, but the NFL insists, we keep hearing, you know, it's taking these major steps to cut down on concussions. But Andrew, why are we still seeing this happen?
I don't know. It's disappointing, as we've talked about. The NFL and NFLPA came up with this settlement after the Tua situation. You and I talked about that. There was ataxia added to the protocols. If someone's showing signs of wobbliness, for lack of a better word, as DeVante Parker was showing the other night, they're out. But he wasn't out. And kudos and props to his teammate, Nelson Aguilar, number 15 in that video, saying, we got to stop the play here. Because we all know this. Players want to play. They're going to do what they need to do to play. DeVante Parker was lining up for the next play. He probably didn't know what the play was. He didn't know where to go, but he wanted to play. Tua wanted to play 8 weeks ago. This is what happens. We need adults in the room to protect them from themselves. It didn't happen with Tua. It didn't happen with Parker, but for his teammate, not the referee, not the coaches, not the trainers, not the spotters. So I don't know why it continues to happen. The NFL will continue to say they're emphasizing player safety, but these are bad looks.
Well, you know, Andrew, you talked there about adults in the room. Obviously, you know, everyone's an adult, so I'm not implying that. But Dr. Pitts, let's go back to you. We know NFL owners. They met today. They talked about instituting a new process to review certain penalties that fans are complaining about as being overreactions to the concussion concerns. We're talking, you know, penalties like roughing the passer. Is this the right time to be discussing that, given this new attention from what happened on Monday?
No, absolutely not. I mean, you see so much emphasis on there, and there's so much, you know, when I'm seeing someone in the emergency room in the neuro ICU with a brain trauma, my focus is entirely on them. I don't have a franchise to prop up. I don't have money invested in that person. So there is right. No one in their right mind would ever say to you, like, oh, my kid had a concussion. Can they go out after a 5-minute exam if they look pretty good and are not just absolutely neurologically devastated? I think in any culture, in any country around the world, we'd say no. But we keep seeing, you know, this emphasis of like, oh my God, you know, we saved a bunch of people, but maybe we overcalled one, which is what we should be doing, erring on the side of safety. That's not good for revenue. That's not good for profits, right? And so, and I think that's kind of the whole mantra, the stereotype with Americans and like soccer or football. Oh, there's not enough action or contact. People want
I hate to cut you off, Doctor. We only have about 30 seconds left. I want Andrew to be able to get the last word in as well. Do you think we could see potentially an active NFL player sue the league for this?
We've had a settlement. It's been a global settlement. It'd be tough to get it out of that. But what you could sue for is this quickly, it's a longer discussion, but lost earnings. So if DeVante Parker has a shorter career than they would have had, That's a different kind of suit.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.